What we have here is a hot water heater that once the heater heats up and the flame goes out, the pilot light goes out as well, and you have to keep lighting the pilot light. You can see some of the things that surround the bottom of the hot water heater. So what I'm planning to do is clean up from underneath the heater, from behind it, on the side and underneath it. This is something I heard that may work, because I've actually did the pilot light thing for about 4 or 5 times. So I'm gonna have to take this little device here off, and then I'll come back and we'll see what's behind that has to be turned off. As you can see, I've removed this cover here, little blue cover here, from this area right here. Got some little holes that just fasten up in there. So I removed that. I want to also look behind here. There's some debris and dust and stuff on the floor there. I'm going to be vacuuming all that stuff up. And what I understand is that the pilot light, that there's a filter underneath this unit here, that if it can't breathe, that it will cause the pilot light to shut off, and to vacuum this debris up and see, will that solve the problem. I'm going to use this vacuum cleaner here with this nozzle here to clean underneath the hot water heater, and clean from the sides and both sides and the back of it as much as I can, and we'll see what the results are. This is what it looked like down on the floor underneath the unit. I'm going to go through one of these holes right here, all that stuff underneath there, vacuum that stuff out. Down here, more debris and stuff underneath there, all this stuff here. So I'll be vacuuming all that stuff out of there, and we'll see what happens. This nozzle right here, this one right here, that's the end of a vacuum cleaner nozzle, and it'll only get about so far into this underneath the unit, but I'll vacuum as far as it'll get on all of them, on all of the holes here that's underneath. I've used the vacuum and gone as far as it'll go. So what I'm going to do is pretty much I think got most of the stuff out from under there, but as you can see, there's still some dust underneath there. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a wet rag and put it in there, probably use something like a clothes hanger or something, and then just, you know, wipe all that out, what the hose can't reach, and we'll see what that do. So what I've done is taken the sharp end of the Clorox here and just stuck it through, pushed it through this towel like this, and now I'm just going to wet it. I'm going to wet it and then just push it through the holes underneath the hot water heater, and clean up all the rest of the dust underneath there. As you can see, I have this here stuck inside of one of these holes, and I'm just gonna, this rag is wet, so trying to clean up, trying to just soak up some of the dust and stuff that's in there with this Clorox. attached to it, since I can't get a regular attachment in there. And I'm just going to wipe up all the dust and stuff that I can underneath here, go through all the different holes underneath here, put the rag into all of the holes and do the same thing, and we'll see what happens. I've cleaned the floor probably as best as I could clean it, and also inside of the little hole underneath the water, a hot water heater. I cleaned those probably as best as I could. Got as much dust and stuff out of there, and I just went ahead and just wiped the whole floor. Got all as much dust as I could off the floor, off of both sides, over here and everything. So got as much dust and dirt as I can, and so now I will see what happens. Now, in order to light the pilot light, you have to turn this little guy right here. I don't know if you can see it or not. It's got a word there called pilot there. On it right there, it's called pilot. Over here is in the way it's turned there is in the on position. Over here is in the off position. But you want to turn it to the pilot position. Turn it around to the pilot position right there. You'll see pilot written on there. And this little knob here, you want to turn this around where it says pilot lighting. You want to turn that to there where it says pilot lighting, and you want to push down on this knob here. Push all the way down on it, and then here's your striker. When you push down on this, you hold down on that and push your striker, and you got to be looking through this window down here, and you'll see your pilot light come on. I'm not going to do it now because I've already started, ignited my pilot light. So you want to turn this guy here to where it says pilot lighting. You want to push down on this button here, and while holding down on this button, you want to push your igniter, and it will ignite your pilot. Then once you hold down on this for about a minute, once your pilot light come on, hold down on this for about a minute, and then you want to turn it to on. Turn it back to the counterclockwise to on, and then you want to take this knob here. Most people have it set at A. That's like a certain water temperature. So I'm gonna turn it around. You'll see the alphabet on the knob. I'm gonna turn it around to it get to A. So it's set now to A. So once your pilot light is lit, you set this back to A, turn this to on, and you should be good to go. If your hot water heater was off and you turned this to A, you would hear the flame ignite, and it would start heating up the hot water heater. This is what it should look like when the burners are on, and then when the tank heats up, then the burners will go out, and the pilot light should stay on. And what was happening in my case was when the burners went out, the pilot light went out as well. So right now you can hear it and you can see the burners in there, and in a few minutes when the tank heats up to its temperature, the burners are going to go out, and the pilot light will stay on. Now the burners just went out, and you can see that my pilot light is still on, and that's the way it's supposed to be. So at first my burners were going out, and the pilot light was going out as well. Now since I did the cleanup, it's been about 3 days now, and everything has been working properly. So hopefully that what I've done has solved the problem, and I've saved myself probably $200 or $300. So I hope that this helped.